Hey y'all, we're back. It is February the 25th, 2018, and as you know, we're all up in some retardation around here. We're all up in the retardation, and I don't mean our own, but we're all up in it. We're wallowing in it right now during this marathon, so I figured, hey, might as well cover this. Might as well just go out to the extremes, and that's what we're doing. Of course, we're at Time Magazine or something like that. We found it on Facebook, is how we found it. And this is a particular article with the headline that reads why we shouldn't expel kids like Nikolas Cruz. And of course, there he is, the monster. That monster kid, little boy named Nicholas. Alright? And basically, as you might already interpret, I read a little bit into it, but even before I started reading the article, I knew exactly where it's going. Basically, it's what it's trying to tell you is this alleged monster young boy named Nikolas Cruz, who allegedly, with no proof, murdered 17 people about a little over a week ago. This boy, this crazy monster individual who nobody can relate to or even talk to, this young boy, if we had not expelled him sometime last year, or if his school had not expelled him, well, he may not have came back a long time later and carried out his revenge. You know what I'm saying? You can see where it's going, because this article is written by a psychologist, if you will. So, that, I mean, you could see their line of reasoning, even though it is retarded. He's saying that, you know, if you isolate the loner is going to come back and shoot you up. So you might as well just embrace monsters who would shoot you up in a second. The horrible truth is we don't have no evidence that Nikolas Cruz is in fact a monster, or even did any of this, what he's being said to do. However, this psychologist is not exactly a detective or anything like that, so the psychologist wasn't worried about that. He was just saying we need to embrace killers and monsters, because that's the good idea to do. Meanwhile, he just pretty much illustrates the point that I had been making, and I made before, but I'll go ahead and make it again, and that Nikolas Cruz really had 0.000% any sort of motivation to do what he was doing. He had none that anybody knows about on Earth. Until I see it, when I see it, I'll tell you about it. He had no sorry about that, no motivation, right? Because see, the psychologist is saying, look, he got expelled, and of course he felt alone, so he came back and he started shooting at everybody. All right, see, but what I want you to know is that systematically speaking, what the psychologist is saying is so over the top narcissistic that it's amazing. All right. And what I want to tell you is it kind of lends an insight into our society right now. And in that, this boy, he got expelled a while back. Like he even cares. I don't even think he was planning on going back necessarily to high school, or if he even needed it. I mean, technically speaking, if he did want to go to college, why don't you just get a GED and then go to college? Right? You know what I'm saying? The young boy had zero motivation, is what I'm trying to say. But the psychologist is trying to imply, well, since the high school was so cold-hearted that they expelled him so that he couldn't get his absolutely necessary and wonderful high school diploma, this is why he went on a rampage, because his life was totally ruined by the high school. You see, they cut him off because he wouldn't be able to get his high school diploma, and so therefore he would pretty much die in a ditch from hunger. All right, which doesn't make any sense, because honestly, like we already stated, he stood to gain a whole bunch of money just by not doing anything. All right, he could start his own business, do whatever he wants to, get his GED, go to college, do whatever he wants to. He has no motivation at all. But I want to point out the narcissistic element to it. And in that, people really still believe that a high school diploma will get you anything. And it won't get you anything, I promise you. But psychologists don't know that yet, y'all. It is February the 25th, 2018, and I'll holler at y'all a little bit later.